Welcome back, trainers. So this is going to be weather boosted fighting Pokemon. Then we're going to take a look at a few other random catches. I think just a Dragonite and then a weather boosted Kyogre. Let's get right into this. So I'm still hunting these Breloons because I do want to max mine out. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do it because it's going to be a lot of Stardust. As you can see, it's going to cost 242,000 Stardust. So I don't know if I want to make that investment. 264 candies, and I'm actually almost there. So the image to the left is actually what I'm currently at, and this is me hunting them. Alright, so a weather boosted Hariyama is going to be coming up next, and we caught that Breloom and transfer usually because at this point I need all the candy I can get, and if they're not that good I don't want to hold on to them because then I need to make room because I'm constantly catching Pokemon and I've been so busy I haven't been able to do just a cleanup, and I don't like to just mass transfer. I like to check everything so before I actually transfer it. Usually sometimes I go and do like 30 transfer and I'm just thinking to myself, if I transfer 100 in here, that's okay, whatever, let's clear it up. I don't have time for this right now, let's go. So anyways, into the Hariyama here, weather boosted cloudy. It's usually mostly cloudy here in Anchorage, so we're getting those boosted fightings and a little bit of fairy here and there. I mean, the routes, they spawn sometimes. Still haven't gotten my 100 yet, so still on the search for that. And surprise, surprise, this Hariyama is a 100. What? So unfortunately, the CP is quite low. It's going to take 255,000 Stardust to max out in 280 candies, which the candies are not a problem. It's just the Stardust. So Hariyama is, in fact, I would almost argue, not better than Machamp. Machamp has that power, and he is able to stay in the battle with that longevity. But at the same time, Hariyama is, such a tank, and it can put in work. I used it up against the gym with Blissey, Snorlax, Chansey, and I was able to run through almost all of them. Of course, not the Blissey being at 3,000 or anything. It was like 22. And then once I got to the Snorlax, it was just like butter. Because you know how it is, taking out those Chanseys, it just takes forever. And then once you get past them, it seems like everything else is so easy. So that's pretty much what happened. And same with the Tyranitar. It's a very nice Pokemon. So powering this one up is a maybe, but I do have another one at 2,500 CP that I could just use that. A friend of mine has 100. He just maxed his out. That's pretty neat. Very strong Pokemon. I missed the 100, so oh well for me. But we found this one, luckily, just hunting them down. I guess that's what happens. So there we go with another one here. I think this one is a pretty decent one, 2290. Yeah, so it was pretty late at night. That's the best time to go here because the roads are very slick. It's been raining. It's raining and there's snow on the ground and ice. It's like horrible conditions to drive. So when there's traffic, it's just like forget about it. You don't really want to do that. You might as well just drop some lures. I mean, if you want to hunt during traffic hours with ice and rain on the ground, I mean, be my guest, but it's best to go out late at night. That's what we do. So here we have it. It's not that great, unfortunately. It is what it is. Another one to the collection. So maybe some people are wondering, why am I so obsessed with Breloom and why do I want to max it out other than having a 100? Well, it has the highest attack for fighting Pokemon in the game so far, with the best fighting moveset, counter, and dynamic punch. The only downfall is, ooh, nice, excellent. The only downfall is its stamina and defense are on the very low end, and its CP reaches about 2,400. So it's not ideal for the best, but it still can put in work. I have one at 2,000 CP. And it's not great IVs. It's one of the ones I caught in the wild, and it still was able to do pretty decent against a Blissey. I uploaded those battles a while back, and I probably like three or four times actually, different scenarios. Went through a Tyranitar, and you can always switch it up to be a grass attacker. Wow, what was I doing there? That was a bad throw. Anyway, yeah, you can switch it up to be a grass attacker, Bullet, Seed, and I do believe Seed Bomb would be your best bet. I think it's Seed Bomb, yeah. So, I mean, there is that option as well. But if you want to max out any sort of grass Pokemon, I would recommend going with Sceptile, Venusaur, Victory Bell, And who else was there? I think that's it. Probably a couple others. But anyway, so we're going into a weather boosted Nidoking here. And you don't always expect great IVs with the weather boost. And the CP, in fact, wasn't very impressive either. So back onto Breloom. It outranks Blaziken by 1 point. 261 is Breloom, then 260 is Blaziken, and then Machamp is like 240, I think, or something, 241. So, I mean, Blaziken would be a lot better if it didn't have Focus Blast. I mean, I'm not saying that's not a good move or anything, but Dynamic Punch is the best set, period, hands down. So, if it did have that move, it would be probably the best fighting Pokemon in the game. But as it is right now, I think it's going to go Machamp, then Hariyama, then maybe Blaziken, and then Breloom because of that low stamina. So, but I still want to test it out because if there is some sort of... you know how... Alright, this is one of my ideas. I hope one day maybe they can make it so you can be some sort of gym leader of a specific type, and I would pick fighting. That would be one of my options. There's a few more, maybe psychic, or not psychic, poison. So wouldn't that be neat if you can just set up a gym and then you have your specific type, and then maybe you get some sort of a message, somebody wants to meet you. Actually, now that I think about it, that could be a bad idea. But being a gym leader, though, that would be pretty neat. Anyways, I think all that can just be implemented when PvP comes out, and you can just use a specific type. So when PvP does come out, yeah, this is a baby victory bell. When PvP comes out, if it's done right, and we can pick our teams of 6 and everything's cool, and there's some sort of rules and options you can, you know, set, like kind of like the main series game. The possibilities are endless. You can have people with specific types, and then you can have badges, and then you hand them out, you know, for your community. Nothing like super fancy, just like a little pin, you know, indicating you beat that specific person in the poison gym, or in the grass, or fighting, or fire, or so on, etc. Dragon. Wouldn't that be neat? That's just one of my ideas. So when PvP does come out, if it ever does come out one day, it's going to be amazing. So anyways, let's check this out. Let's see if I can catch this weather boosted Kyogre here, shall we?